Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so this is gonna be the updated build. I made some minor changes, but enough to be okay. Yeah, it's significant enough because like we know, and I explained in the previous video that we're utilizing Chaos Ruler, right, as like a filter, not filter, but more of a consistency booster because it gives you grab setup and it gives you a chance to get into whatever it is that you're missing. Playing as Dinos. Yeah, so basically the whole purpose of Chaos Ruler is to help you mill stuff in the grave, right? You mill cards, and then you add a lighter dark, which preferably would most likely be a dark, which would be either junk or Doppel, and then have your grave set up that way. And we need more ways to make level 8 Synchros with just minimal resources, right? Which is why I picked Side Reflector, right? Like we're already playing Dawnwalker. It's a discard outlet, and it gives you a level 8 Synchro, so it's like it's good in that sense. It's synergy with a deck because you want cards in the grave and you want stuff to revive, and while in the process you want to be able to make a level 8 Synchro, which is the intention for Side Reflector, right? Because you play 1-for-1, you play teleport, and not using your normal summon it's crucial. Although since we're playing mics, the normal summon isn't too much of an issue because you have 2 normal summons, which is really good, right? But this is essentially what you're meant to be doing. Like, look at this. Cool. It's a grave setup, right? Summon junk, can do the standard thing. And the good thing about this deck, I'll show you guys the deck list at the end. But the good thing about this is that if you add this off Side Reflector, you can use it for discard fodder, for Walker and for Mike, which is not for guitar. It's not too crazy. Oh, okay. So right here, this is where I misplayed. I think I misplayed here. I was meant to trigger Speeder first and then Doppel so I can get the tokens. But I misclicked, and it's gonna be really underwhelming. So it's not as cool as I would have liked to end it on. And me not playing as Dinos, I'm like, I think I just lost because, you know, he opened up Lost World OV, but then I was like, oh, okay, I'll value this. And if he changed Misk, I'll just negate it, and then it'll resolve again. So I was like, let's see where this goes. But then he'll have I don't know. I guess it was good enough. So we go to game 2, scoop game 1, and look at this hand, dude. Look at this. All these replays, like I said before, all these are just theorizing, deck building, and just trying to see what works, what doesn't work. So just showcasing the capabilities of this particular build, right? Because I just want to keep throwing ideas. Because before, I haven't been consistently showing. Look at that! Oh my God! Look at this hand! Look at this! Look at this! Oh my God! Anyways, like I guess I'll go more in depth with the reasoning when I share the deck list. But look at this dude! I preemptively crowed his Misk. And I have triple junk, double crow, and I was like, I drew into converter. I mean, I could have gone into speeder regardless, but like to avoid an ash, I wanted to just be able to chain block with a converter. Chaining 1 speeder, chaining 2 converter, but he just drolls me. I'm like, okay, all right, let's see where this goes. So I go for the junk summon, bring my converter, and do the chain block, right? Speeder 1, converter 2, bring back junk. Summon the I mean, I couldn't bring anything more because I drew my other 2 targets, which is not ideal. And at this point, I'm like, oh, I see an opening. I have a Herald protection and a crystalline, right? So that should be sufficient enough to hold me up for the next turn, so I can summon junk, right? Because for those of you that don't know, is Cyber Synchron has a graveyard effect. It's like Salaman Great Bailings, where if any monster in your extra monster zone would be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can banish this instead. So more often than not, you're always going to be putting Crystal Wing or Croc or Herald up on top to have that as protection, right? So he goes and he passes. So I'm like, there's no, like, what can he do? Like unless he like has pill, I can negate pill. Or the baby effects won't do anything because like you can't use Lost World Descendant because they'll just get banished. I have Crow for preemptive Misk banishes, so I should be fine. Like there's like what can he do? And he Dark Rulers me and he summons baby. I'm like, oh my God, I think I just lost this because I felt so secure. I felt so confident. I was like, oh, there's no way. But then Dark Ruler was a card. This is game 2, so it wasn't too out of the ordinary, but like it's still something like, oh. And this is what I mean. Look at this. Look at this. He's gonna try to kill the Herald, but the Herald is under protection with the Cyber Synchron. And I just print the Crow, the Mist. Okay, so this is where it's weird. Okay, it's apparent he messed up. I'm not sure if he knew he messed up, but why would you do this? There's no reason to do this. Like, you should have summoned the baby, right? And the baby would trigger. It would summon Arco. Arco would pop the baby. So, like look what he ends on. Like, I don't understand it. See, the baby, like, you would be better off. And you just Doka. So let's decide for this sequence, assuming he did it properly, right? Okay, if he did it properly, he would have gone baby, Obi summon baby, right? Baby would trigger, summoning Arco. Arco pop the baby, starts pill. The baby will summon a giant Rex or a Source, doesn't matter. So instead of having just Doka, he would have a conductor on top of it, right? So then I would have to deal with a conductor and a double negate, right? So let's see. I want to see if even if he did do that, what would be the possibilities? Okay, so let's say he had conductor on board, right? That means I would have to force it, right? I would have to force the flip. So in order to do that, I would have to go battle phase, right? So then he, because if he lets me go battle phase, I'll go okay, attack. He'll gain the attack, right? He'll try to attempt to negate with Doka. If not, I'm not sure if he would or not. They don't negate with Herald, negate again, negate with this, right? And then I'll run over his conductor because it gains anything that it battles that's any monster that's level 5 or higher, it gains the attack of, right? So that would take care of the 2 negates and the book. So it's like, so it's like, well, what do I do? So I guess that would cover that, and then main phase 2 summon junk, and then so on and go for it that way. But that's only, but that's, I guess, playing it optimally, I guess, But in this case, I just have to deal with the Doka, which is easily manageable because I have 2 negates, right? 2 negates. So right here, I'm just trying to get into a satellite warrior play because I want to just OTK him because I want to clear the board and then just because 3k and plus the thing I pop, it'll be 3k plus, so it'll be 55 and 3k. That's above game, right? Because everything will be gone. Look at this, damn. That's game. Okay, so here's the deck list. Okay, so there's quite drastic changes. If you notice, I'm not playing Cobalt or Plague Spreader anymore. I feel like those are good, assuming this resolves, right? But like if you open up Cobalt and this and this, it doesn't really do anything unless you open up with this. Like there's no way to get them out of your hand. So I wanted to have more interactions, a more interactive approach where you can gamma them if you try to go convert to play, if you go 1-for-1 play, teleport play, guitar play. Like you want to be able to just gamma them and then just make your level 8 secret that way. And then Veiler, it's just a tuner. It gives you something to draw into, because before, drawing into things wasn't really relevant. I mean, of course you can draw into pots, but like apart from what you established on the board, there was nothing you would have drawn into that could like reinforce that establishment, right? So this gives me something to draw, and plus if you mill it off Chaos Ruler, you can add it to your hand, which is cool. It's a little neat thing you can do, like just search a hand trap, which is not bad at all, right? And then if you notice, I'm playing the Assault, a small Side Reflector package. I was maxing this out. I was playing at 3, but there was times where I would open up multiples, and you don't really want to open this. And your primary summon is always gonna want to be junk. So increasing the card count on this, didn't seem. I mean, you could, but like I felt like you're playing 1, 2, 3 copies of this card. So I would rather see these 2 and open up this, and then use that as your initial play for the Chaos Ruler. So it just seemed right to do it that way. Yeah, and like I said in the thing, like drawing this, I mean, I'm not drawing this, utilizing this package, right? This is like a garnet. Like these are your garnets. It's kind of like garnet because not really, but it is if you don't see this, but because you can summon this from your hand or deck, which is cool. But like the main garnet, right, would be this one, because if you don't want to see this, you want to just search it through this, and this searches this, right? But like once you have it in your hand and you resolve that effect, you can use this to discard for this. You can use this to discard for guitar, which is cool. Like that's nice, right? But there are times when I wish I played this card basis because for it has a pretty cool level manipulation, right? So once per turn, you can select one face-up Symphonic Warrior monster on the field, increase its level by the number of cards in your hand. This increases last until the end phase. And then you can also do it. You can remove from play this card from your graveyard. Select one face-up Symphonic Warrior monster you control. Increases level by the number of cards in your hand. So you have multiple ways to alter the level of your cards on the field, which is cool. Like these type of like synchro decks, like you level manipulation is huge, which is why Level Eater was amazing. Since it's banned now, but you get the idea. Like it just gives you the similar concept of level manipulation, and then just be able to link climb because you have so many levels. They range from 1 to 10. Like that's insane. Like you want to be able to have the versatility to be able to increase or just alter the level basically for any given situation. But that's basically it, right? This is neat. It's a small change, subtle change, but it's drastically different because you're not playing Quillbolt, you're not playing Plague, you know. But like I said before, I'm gonna just keep throwing all these ideas at you guys because I haven't been doing that, and I would always just be like a perfectionist and trying to get a proper deck list out. But doing so, I'm just not putting any content out for you guys, and you guys want to constantly see what the process of this deck is. So I think I'll just be constantly, although it might be an unfinished, it's close to finished build. It's up for I guess for you guys to just give your own spin on it and have a different like. Okay, I have a different approach. I can use this part of this particular build or this sequence, and then just change it to this and have a new direction, and then that'll be good because that means you'll share your ideas, and then I'll pick off that. I was like, oh yeah, but now that I know this and I know that, I can do this, and it becomes this amazing process of building the deck together, which is super fun and super cool. But yeah, I'll just keep throwing these ideas at you guys because it's super fun but frustrating at the same time. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.